Hi there, welcome to today's Wednesday webinar. This is one of a series of webinars that we're doing with Tammy Fisher around WAG's programs, including World Thinking Day and Global Action Award. And so the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts just recently posted this year's materials for World Thinking Day and for the Global Action Award, and Tammy is our local aficionado. So she has come in to share all of that with us so we can do this great work with our girls. This particular one, we're focusing on Daisies, Brownies, and Juniors, and it sounds like we have crickets in the room, which is awesome. And there they went away. They got scared because I talked about them. And so welcome, Tammy.
Welcome.
We're getting a little punchy. This is our third one that we've recorded so far. It's awesome. Okay, so Global Action Award. I really know very little about the Global Action Award program. Can you tell us about it, Tammy?
So the Global Action Award is new every single year. It's a new award. The requirements are different every year. And so you can earn this award. Let's say you're a Daisy. You can earn it your first year Daisy and your second year Daisies, and it'd be different requirements each year. And you'd have two different awards that go on the front of your vest.
So it's another earned award.
It's an award. It's not a patch, all right? And it always connects right with the WAGs, the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, sisterhood, and basically it helps the girls work together to make a difference on topics that affect girls and women all over the world.
Awesome.
Now, this year's award and probably the future awards for the next few years are all going to focus on the global goals that were adopted by the United Nations in 2015. So the past awards had focused on the Millennium Goals that were adopted by the United Nations.
Okay.
But now we have 17 global goals that were adopted, and they're supposed to be completed by 2030 around the world.
Nice.
And they focus on three areas: extreme poverty, inequality and injustice, and climate change. So you're going to see everything in the next few years focusing on those three areas.
Nice.
The resources, and as leaders, what?
I was just going to say, end extreme poverty is a good goal because it's very clear what we're trying to do there. But fight inequality and injustice, to me, that's not clear enough. You know, ending inequality and injustice would be a thing, or, you know, because just fighting it, people have been fighting it for years, but there's not where's the product? So I'm going to need to go in and read these a little more closely to find out where the wording is. Tackling climate change, there's an implication of stopping it, but recently watched a football game where people got out of the tackle. So we need to go in as Girl Scouts and teach them how to write some smart goals, is my thinking. But okay, keep going, because they've got good intentions, and that's the best part.
So the resources, there's two really good resources that as leaders and volunteers that we need to look at before we go into these awards, so that you're familiar with it before you start teaching the girls. The overall goals are listed and talked about at the Global Goals website, all right? Now, when you bring this up, don't bring this up in front of girls because it brings up a video right away. You can actually skip the video up in the right-hand corner, all right? Look at it first, but it's not all appropriate for girls, all right? In here, it talks about the goals and things like that, and it tells how well we're doing toward the goals and different things. This is a great website to get the background and that type stuff. The one that is really good is the world's largest, the next one down, okay. The world's largest method.
Excuse me. The world's largest method is on. Okay.
This is the one that was developed for schools, and it has lesson plans, and it has everything you need to teach about these 17 goals.
Nice.
All right. The best one that I like to introduce the girls is if we click on the upper left-hand corner, where the little rocket scientist is heading out.
Okay. This one?
Yes, this introduces the goals to the girls. And there's all kinds of handouts you can print. There's actually there's a bingo thing down here. But what's really good is these two videos down here. There's one that's part 1 and part 2 about the lesson, about the goals. And go ahead and play that one if you want.
Sure, let's look.
Hello, my name is Malala and I'm from Pakistan. We have a very urgent mission to complete by 2030 and you can help us. Together, we must fight inequality, end extreme poverty and respect our planet. I'm determined to do this. Are you?
Excuse me. Hello? Have you got a minute? This is important. We need your help. Imagine you're traveling in space. You're looking for intelligent life. You've been traveling for a while because space is very spacious. You've already spotted millions of planets with no life at all, lots of acid, lava, that sort of thing. But nowhere you'd go for your holidays. And then you see it. Earth. A tiny island in space. A little speck of water, rock and soil with a thin veil of air that we can breathe. There might be life out there in space, in Earth. It's everywhere. On the land, in the water, in the air. Plants, insects, birds, fish and every type of living creature. Some beautiful, some frankly a bit weird. And people, billions of people like you and me. You know, beautiful, reasonably intelligent life. No, just saying. In most ways, we're just like the rest of life on Earth. We start from tiny seeds. With the right conditions, we grow and mature. To do that, we all need the same basic things. No, not mobile phones, trainers and Facebook, but fresh water, clean air, and healthy food. Without those, we don't last long, no matter how smart our phones are. The good news is that Earth has enough for all of us. The bad news is we've got some serious problems in our way. The first is climate change. The way we're living on Earth now is damaging the very things we need to live. The fuels we burn are choking the atmosphere with gases we can't breathe. We're running out of clean drinking water, but some of us waste it on things that we don't need. And all of this is changing the weather, and that's not even the half of it. The second problem is inequality. Some people on Earth have far more than they need, and most people don't have nearly enough. Many live in terrible poverty. It's just not right. Millions of people are unable to get medicines or healthcare that could stop them from getting sick, or cure them if they do. In some places, children complain about having to go to school. In others, millions of children can't go to school at all. Is that fair? The thing is, we're causing these problems. So we can fix them too, if we all work together and get creative. Let me explain. If you think about it, all living things have superpowers. Birds can fly. We can't. Dogs can smell things we can't, which is not always a bad thing. Plants absorb gas that we can't breathe and turn it into air that we can. But human beings have a power that other creatures don't. We are the most creative creatures ever. Our heads are full of ideas and we're great at making things too. With that power, we've already changed the world over and over and solved thousands of problems. So now we can do it again. The good news is we have a plan. A plan that can only succeed with your help.
Why did it stop?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, okay, so I'm going to stop there anyway, so we can keep going. But we got halfway through it, and you see that it's simple and straightforward. And I know folks listening might not have had good audio, but you can go to this link here, this world's largest lesson.globalgoals.org, and you'll be able to watch it. It links you right to the Vimeo through the path that we took. So neat.
And if you go back there,
say it again.
If you go back there on, you'll also notice there's all kinds of lesson plans out here too. There's everything that you would need to teach about the global goals.
Nice.
So as you think about the global goals and this this award, you'll need to look at this stuff, right? So there's actually quite a few things here that you could use. And it was all developed by teachers and things like that. So it works really well.
Cool. I'm looking at the Teaspoons of Change Global Goals bingo. Neat.
Right.
Oh, that's really cool, because this looks at your impact, and even if your impact is only worth a teaspoon, it's a step in the right direction. And so if you take a bus instead of riding in separate cars, then you are helping with number 13. Or if you're reducing your use of glitter and plastics, then you are helping with number 14.
Right. Right.
Nice.
All right, so let's go back and look at the requirements for the Global Action Award.
Okay, was that on the website or was that here?
Next slide.
Next slide.
So the Global Action Award, back up one.
Okay.
You can find the requirements on the girlscouts.org website. And remember, it's a national award, so it goes on the front of the vest and not on the back. Nice. It's not a patch, it's an actual award. And if you slide down, you'll find the requirements for it.
Okay. So instead of doing a drop down, they did a PDF, which you can easily load. Daisies.
Right, and it tells you all about it here in the beginning.
And then the five activities you can choose from.
Right, and remember, you only have to do one of the activities, so you're more than welcome to do more than one of the activities. I like the second one is probably my favorite one. Because it makes the girls recall what they've been doing in Girl Scouts.
Oh, that is nice. So they take a look back at the projects that they've done so far.
Right. So if you slide down a page on your PDF, you print out these things here, which are the 17 goals.
Right.
And then you have the girls think about things that they've done since they were basically started Girl Scouts and where they think they've had an effect on each one of these goals.
Nice.
You know, did they do a food drive? So where did that fall? Maybe in the zero hunger. All right.
Nice.
Maybe they did a teddy bear collection. Where did that fall? You know, different things like that.
Where would that one fall?
That could fall under the good health and well-being.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Very neat.
So that's why I like number 2, but we'll go through them all real quick so that you guys can see them all. Number 1, they choose one of the global action goals, one of the ones below, and you draw a picture of what it means to you, the girl. All right. So each girl can choose a different goal, and then draw a picture of what that means to her, maybe what it means to her family, what it means to her world, her community, that type of stuff.
Nice.
All right. And I've already kind of went over number 2. The other thing that you could add to this, remember you want to do progression.
Right.
So if you don't have something on one of them, maybe you add a sticky note for the juniors that say, okay, we'd like to do something that affects this goal. What do you think we could do? Or that type of stuff.
Nice, yeah, growth.
All right. Number 3 talks about the quality education one. And this one you're supposed to interview basically an educator, either a teacher, a school principal, to have them talk about why it's important for all children to go to school. right? And then you're supposed to make a poster or booklet. Again, I think that this is a great time to make one of those collage because each girl hears something different from
Right.
that educator.
Yeah.
They need to understand why they think it's important too. You should go to school.
Right. Or they may talk to different educators. You know, if each one talked to, maybe the kids go to different schools, so each one talked to their own principal or their own teacher and then brought those different perspectives in. That would be I think I love the collage idea. Whether it's a paper on a display or a video collage or a slideshow or, you know, there are lots of different, I guess for little girls it might be a little tricky to make a slideshow, but yeah, there's some neat things.
And then this next one is basically you're to watch the video, The Global Game Changer, which is kind of the video that we started to watch. And you talk about the video with your Girl Scouts. There's actually a couple other videos you could watch at the same time. There's all kinds of different videos out there. And you make there's the one about the superhero, which was we looked at the one on the left. There's one on the right about the superhero where it introduces all the global goals also.
Nice.
And basically they can then make a project about themselves being a superhero and how they could do something to make an impact on the world.
Yeah. Well, and you know, something fun with that, any kind of a skit or thing that the girls do, we adults, almost all of us have a video camera in our pocket. And if we don't, then somebody in our troop, some adult associated with our troop probably does. And so we can record it and have that video to share with the girls so that they can see themselves talking about making an impact or showing how they've made an impact. So that's a very cool thing, and cool for them to be able to remember. I had some other thought in there too. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I do know what it was. Any of these videos, please take a couple of minutes to watch them before you share them with the girls, because some of the things where they've grouped daisies with brownies and juniors all in this same collection. Things that are appropriate and understandable to juniors may or may not be appropriate or understandable to daisies. Or if your brownie troop is very mature, it might be okay for them, or if they're less mature, it might not be okay for them. So take some time to watch it ahead of time and think about, how do I feel about this for my own daughter? How do I feel about this for the other girls in my troop? Is it something they're going to be able to understand or manage without being too freaked out? And I mention that because at least one of the videos does talk about female genital mutilation, and I don't know that I would be comfortable discussing that with 5- and 6-year-olds, even though it's done to 5- and 6-year-olds in other places. I think that might be a concept that's hard for them to understand and might just scare them. It's an important topic, but please watch the videos before you show them to the girls so that you don't find yourself going, wait, no.
And the last one is no poverty.
Right.
And it says to go online and learn more about the topic or visit the library. You can actually ask somebody from a local, like, food shelter or someplace like that even to come in and talk to you and about this issue and things like that too.
Right.
You read books about it. Make sure that they are set for that age group. Dawn, before you go much further, can you go back out to the world's largest lesson plan and make sure that you can see the menu?
Which menu?
Where it says about, teach the global goals, and resource library.
Where is that? This?
No, up above. It's usually above. Can you increase that so it's your full size? Oh, there it is.
Oh, here.
Right. See where it says resource library? Click that down.
Uh-huh.
See, it says lesson plans.
Nice.
And it's ages 4 through 8.
Right.
Put the 4 through 8. That would be our Brownie, Daisy through Brownie age.
Right.
And this is all your lesson plans and things that you would need for a 4 through 8 year old.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. That's a good thing to know. Yeah, because then you can really focus what you're doing. Because 4 through 8, that's Daisies and Brownies. Where you're 8 through 14, that's cadets and juniors and cadets, and 14 plus, those high school girls. So that'll help you if you're like, oh, I don't have time to watch the videos beforehand. Well, at least they've pre-grouped them by age. I think that's super helpful.
And Hippo here, he walks you through each one of the goals.
Nice.
Like he has a session for each goal. So if you're doing the no poverty goal, he has a session on that too.
Nice. Yeah.
If you slide down, you'll see he has a whole bunch of.
That's very cool. If you're going to do Global Action Award activities with your girls, and I definitely encourage that, take some time, you and your co-leaders, take some time to really explore this site, because there's so much. It might even be something you want to introduce your kids' teachers to, because they may or may not know about this site. And these would be activities that certainly classes could do too, to help all of the kids think about the global goals. But yeah, based on what you know about your troop, you can pick a goal that you want to focus on, or maybe you want to do a broad scope over all of them. And what a terrific resource. Thank you so much, Tammy, for bringing this to our attention. What else? What else do we need to know about Global Action Award?
All right, so let's go back to the slides again.
Okay.
So I just want to remind everybody, it's an official award. You only have to do one requirement, and the badge goes on the front of the vest or the sash.
Nice.
Let's go to the next slide.
Okay.
We already covered that. Let's go to the next one. So this kind of gives you a summary of what the requirements were, the 5 requirements, but you only need to do one of those.
But if you want to do more, you can, absolutely. 1 to earn the patch, or to earn the award, but as many as you like for the enrichment of your girls.
Yes. All
right. I can see a lot of girls really loving these activities too, because there's a tangibility to them, a real world aspect. So like the juniors specifically, I can see they're really eating up some of this, because they're at that cusp of really wanting to be valuable in the community. So there you go. Is that all that you were thinking, or do you have more about global action for Daisies, Brownies, and juniors?
That's it. I think that if the leaders and volunteers spend a little bit of time on that lesson plan area, they can get some great thoughts on how to bring this to their girls.
Yeah, it's awesome, and there's some really beautiful stuff in there. So what a neat thing. All right, thank you for joining us today, and this will be posted both on the YouTube channel and the GSME Volunteer Swap, and I will post the slide deck on the Volunteer Swap in the files, so you can use it for notes or for the hyperlinks. Thank you, Tammy, for joining in, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you.